Hey guys, before we begin, I'd like to tell you about a very special offer from the sponsor of the show, Audio Blocks. They're giving away a triple bundle for just $149, US dollars that is. I don't know how much it would be in Canadian dollars, but we're going to be talking about Canada a little later on. Anyways, the triple bundle includes video, audio, and images for just one low price. All you have to do is go to audioblocks.com/musiciswin to get all the stock video, audio, and images you can imagine. Again, for just $149. That's Audioblocks. AUDIOBLOCKS.com/musiciswin to save on millions of studio quality clips, tracks, and graphics. Now, let's start double digits, baby. Episode 10.
So exciting.
The Music is Win podcast. Did I scare you this time?
That was a little frightening.
That's what you call an anticipation. What was I, guys? Was that an eighth note anticipation? Quarter note?
Don't ask me. I'm wearing shoes for the first time.
In your life?
During the podcast, and it's so much better because my feet touch the floor now because I'm wearing heels, so they're not hanging. It's a lot more comfortable.
My feet haven't not touched the floor when I was sitting probably since I was
I know, short people
a
problems.
boy,
So
a wee lad.
You're making me do a podcast the day after we stuffed our faces.
Hey, you got to keep giving the people what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And
how was Thanksgiving, Tyler?
oh,
Did you enjoy yourself?
everything was delicious. Bethany was the hostess with the mostess.
We were talking about Thanksgiving at breakfast this morning, and Tyler's like, no, we can't talk about it. We have to talk about it later on the podcast.
Well, it has to be natural.
Yeah, I know. It was just funny that we're not allowed to talk about something.
We can't talk about most things because we talk about it with you people here on the Music is Win podcast. So, I don't know. I mean, my favorite food would have had to have been the turkey.
Oh.
Because I brined the S out of that.
I was going to guess mac and cheese for you, but the turkey?
Well, mac and cheese is always good, but
The turkey was pretty delicious.
I feel a sense of accomplishment eating that thing because I made it.
Yeah.
And you only make a turkey once a year, so you never really learn how to do it and how to avoid mistakes. So it's kind of you don't know what's going to happen every time.
Right. You're an excellent briner. I mean, what do you expect?
Well, everything on the internet says if you are nervous about screwing up your turkey, just brine it, and chances are it'll be fine.
Remember we didn't... Remember?
South Park reference, yeah. Remember?
Remember when we first made a turkey and we had no idea what brining meant? And we were like, what
Well, apparently,
the heck is brining?
I learned that there's two types of brining. You can either do the wet brine, which is you keep it in a thing overnight, which we did one time, and that's really messy. But I've been doing the dry brine the past couple of years, and
Tyler
it's worked out
is so
fantastic.
excited about brining. We could talk about brining for another hour.
And people are probably sick of Thanksgiving at this point, so we're gonna
okay. Let's move on.
We're gonna move on from that. I say we jump right into America's favorite segment, Canada's too, probably. The random fact of the day.
Random fact.
I always double up on that ending with my live voice.
Well, it's hard not to sing along to that.
Random fact.
So what's the random fact of the day?
Well, a slightly somber beginning, but it has an uplifting, tone to it.
Okay.
We didn't get to mention last week, I don't know if it had already happened yet, but Malcolm Young, the guitar player for AC/DC, one of them passed away. He's actually right behind you.
Ah.
See? Oh, not his ghost. He's on that album cover right there. Yeah, that would be actually really creepy. He's looking at me.
Oh,
you can see him on the. For those of you listening to the podcast, there's a Highway to Hell album cover behind Bethany. And
Wait, so who died?
he was the rhythm guitar player in AC/DC.
Oh, and he died recently.
Yeah, he just died last week.
Did you make a video about that?
No.
Oh.
Well, I shared something that was like classic rock oriented. It was like a jam.
In his honor.
Right.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't know about Malcolm Young. This isn't the random fact, by the way, but just a little sidebar. A lot of people don't know that he actually wrote a lot of the guitar solos that Angus played. So Angus was like the guitar hero, but Malcolm was actually an amazing
behind the scenes kind of.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Music Is When, like
like you're the one holding down everything, and I'm just the dude dancing around in my shorts.
No, it's all Music Is When. It's all you. I'm just kidding.
Well, okay.
So what about this guy?
So apparently, Malcolm Young worked in a bra factory. That's brassieres. Things that women wear. He worked in a bra factory as a sewing machine mechanic.
So he wasn't the actual person sewing the bra.
He was fixing the thing that sewed the bras.
What an interesting random.
How do you think he got into that? Did he?
Well,
was he first a mechanic of other things, and then he's like, I can fix sewing machines, and then he like
play guitar on the side.
Yeah, it must have been when he was young, right? Before, because I know they were pretty young when they formed AC/DC, or maybe it was during his early days. So he rips guitar licks and then goes and fixes sewing machines.
Mm-hmm. What a strange transition.
Yeah.
From a bra mechanic.
It's not a bra mechanic. He didn't fix the bras. Although that would probably be a more fun job for him. Especially if they're on people. Like, hold on. Let me fix this for you.
Oh, gosh.
Well,
anyways.
I think that's a kind of a rite of passage for all musicians, is to be in a band and do some job that you don't want to do that's really weird on the side.
What was your first... Wait, no, okay. So after you graduated Berkeley, what was your job on the side that you had while you were still playing in your band?
I had a few, but the one that sticks out, I don't know if one sticks out. They were all terrible. I worked at the Biltmore House, giving people audio headsets. They would walk through the house.
Well, tell people what the Biltmore House is. People don't know.
The Biltmore House is this big tourist attraction here in Asheville. It's like the biggest house in the country, essentially. Biggest residential home that they've turned into. It has like hundreds of rooms and all this crap. So
and tourists come every day to walk through it and visit. And
right. And it's this
it.
huge property. And basically you walk through and you have these audio headsets that tell you what each room is all about and the history behind it. And when these people would be done, they give the audio headset back to me at the end of the tour. And sometimes
that's a random job too.
Oh, it's totally random.
Receiving headsets.
Headset boy. Sometimes people would sweat a lot.
Ew.
It was really gross. And
it's hard walking.
It would be all over
the
wire headset.
Ew.
And I would have to take that and be like, oh. And
that's disgusting.
So every day
Ew, that is gross.
Yeah, and then I would go home and play guitar very angrily. So if you have a side job that sucks, then it usually leads to a successful music career because you're just so angry at the world. You can channel your emotion.
I had a job ever since I was 15. So
yeah.
all kinds of... I cleaned bathrooms.
Oh.
I was a hostess/waitress. I worked at a sub shop.
Okay.
I worked at a gym. And
I remember when you worked at that gym.
That's when you met me. And then I worked as a teacher assistant, and then I finally became a teacher. But gosh, I've done everything.
You've done it all.
Wow, we got a little off track there.
Well, that's the random fact of the day. Malcolm Young was a bra factory sewing machine mechanic. And also one of the greatest rhythm guitar players of all time, if not the best. Rest in peace. Now we're going to slide into those DMs. Is this a new segment?
Yes, this is a new segment.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, you and I both get some interesting DMs on
Direct message
Mhm.
for those not in the know.
On our Instagram, and you especially get some really good ones. So I thought we could, every now and then just pick one of those out,
Okay.
and they don't know that we're making these public.
Yeah.
So I thought we could just read one, and it could be a comment or question or whatever, and just react to it.
Okay.
I think for this one, maybe we shouldn't say the name, the Instagram name.
You think it might be controversial
Yeah.
if they found out.
Right. So let's leave this.
Although we could be doing them a favor, but, well, we'll see.
We don't want to start a fight.
Maybe we do.
I like this one because it was it's band dynamic
Right.
advice. Some drama going on with somebody. So I was totally into that.
All right. Do you want me to read it?
Sure.
Hey, Tyler. I love the videos. I doubt you will see this. Wrong. But I need some advice. I'm in a band with a couple of my friends. I'm on rhythm guitar and vocals. My friend is on lead guitar. Another friend is on bass. And another is on drums. So it's a 4-piece, pretty much rock and roll band, it sounds like. See, guitar is my second instrument. I'm a lot better bass player than I am on guitar. The thing is, I don't want to hurt my friend on bass's feelings as he's not the best. What should I do? So he wants to play bass and
He wants to play bass in the band.
kick his friend out or what?
Okay, so he's playing guitar currently.
Right.
Oh, and
I can't understand if he wants to switch with this kid
Right.
or if he wants to kick him out altogether.
Well, let's play both scenarios. So if he wants to switch, how should he go about that?
Well, switching is an easier thing to do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, hey, you can frame it like I'm more comfortable playing bass, not you stink, let me play the bass.
Ooh, that's a good technique there, a good strategy.
And
It's not you, it's me.
yeah, exactly. But also, you have to have, if you have a rhythm guitar, lead guitar, bass, out of those three instruments, I think the bass has to be solid or else everything's going to always sound a little bit off. At least with a rhythm guitar or lead guitar, you can kind of turn them down or mix them out a little bit of the whole band, as opposed to if the bass is wrong, then it's like bass and drums are much more important in this particular setup, I believe.
So what if...
But if he wants to kick them out...
Right, what if he wants to kick him out of the band and play bass?
That is going to be a little trickier.
How would you go about that? Would you just deal with playing the instrument you didn't really want to save the friendship maybe? Or would you...
Well, it depends how good of friends you are with this kid. If you want to be friends with him, then...
You've had to do stuff like that before.
Oh, yeah. I've had to eliminate band members.
I know. That's awkward. How did you do it?
Well, usually it's a variety of things that lead up to kicking someone out, not necessarily just their...
I guess the other bandmates would have to kind of agree.
Yeah, it has to
as
be
well.
a group decision, and you all sit down
and just have
and
that
say,
talk.
Sorry, buddy. You're out of here.
That's terrible.
It shouldn't be that dramatic. I mean,
yeah.
it should just be like, look, dude, we're going to do something else now, and you're not going to be in on that. But maybe, I don't really know. It's
hurt.
tough.
That's
You
tough.
could suggest that he learn to play the triangle. And
or be a backup dancer.
or give him an ultimatum like, hey, let's learn these songs really well, and if he messes it up, give him one last chance, and if he messes up on the bass, just be like, dude, it's not there, and let the music speak for itself. That's really what it comes down to, is you're dissatisfied with his skills on the bass, so life isn't always about rainbows and unicorns.
But I would say the other bandmates have to agree with you, because if this guy just thinks that, like, what if his perception is wrong, What if the bass player is actually really good?
Or
and he's in denial.
But what if also the other two don't really care either way, and this one guy is just really into it, and it doesn't matter if they agree or not, because his vision is truth. Maybe
there's so many different... I guess we need more details on the situation.
Yeah. Long story short, I would give them one more shot to learn some of the tunes up to your standards. And if you can't do it, just be like, you play this just with me. This is what I would do when I'm playing in a band to really nail down a part that somebody wasn't doing well on is, hey, you two don't play for a second. Let's just me and you play this part together and see how our parts interact. And if it's off, then you can be like, look, you're messing that up. And that way you have
specific
and
evidence.
you have actual evidence
Proof.
that it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good advice, Tyler.
yeah, that's what I
You
would do.
used to be in several bands, so you know the drama.
I mean, that's what teachers would do also. They'd single somebody out. If something's sounding wrong, just be like, hey, play your part.
Mm-hmm.
And if you mess it up, be like, oh, looks like you didn't practice.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Yep, just make sure you can play that part.
And then maybe that'll spur him on to practice more, and you
And-
just gave him a valuable life experience.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So, there you
hope
go.
that helped. The
That
anonymous.
was slide into the DMs. That's not an overused phrase or anything. We could probably come up with something else. Shred into the DMs.
Oh, that's
Shred into the DM.
Okay, so next is Can You Play It? Except it's a little different this time.
Yeah, I want to reserve this segment for just any time I play the guitar. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like it was last week where
I gave you
asked me.
challenges.
Yeah, so basically anytime I have my hands on a guitar during the podcast, we're going to do this Can You Play It segment. And we have a very special theme song that a listener created for us. His
Oh, that's right.
Twitter name was @KQT Music. And it's pretty funny. Listen to this.
Can you play it? Okay, I like it.
You like it.
I
That was
love
really
that.
cool.
It's so cool.
So thanks. That was just Bethany last week said, we need a drop for this segment. And I just sang some random thing. And @KQT Music snipped it out and made that little jingle.
I know I thought that was a
really
great
neat.
jingle.
I'm
he a
glad that I
jingle
sang on key, or did you
maker?
auto-tune me? I don't know. So that was really cool. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
Thanks.
Always feel free to tweet @musiciswin if you ever have any kind of contribution like
Mhm.
that. That was really neat. So this week on Can You Play It?
What are you going to play for me,
I
Tyler?
can play it. I'm going to play you different pieces of music, and you have to tell me if it's a song that someone else has written or if it's something that I'm making up.
Easy. Easy
You
peasy.
think so? Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. It sounds kind of hard.
All right. I'm going to grab my acoustic guitar here.
Oh. Acoustic, eh?
What are you, Canadian?
This is special. Well, yeah, I feel like we talk about Canada so much, so might as well throw
Love
in an
Canada. All right, let's see.
A. So are we beginning?
We're beginning.
Okay. Okay, someone else.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Who was it?
That was, I guess it's a bonus if you can guess who it was, but
I don't think I can.
That was Circles by Joe Satriani.
Oh.
That was actually, I just learned that right before the podcast, so it's a little rough, but
I thought it
really
sounded
like,
nice.
yeah, I really like that. It's actually an electric guitar part, but it sounds real nice on acoustic.
Cool. Okay, I'm 1 for 1.
All right, 1 for 1. Let's try another one.
tricky. I'm going to say someone else.
That's mine.
Oh. Gosh, I should have gone with my instinct. My instinct was that it was yours. But
That's just a little riff. That again.
did you just make that up right now, or is that a song?
I kind of been kicking that around and make it into a song for the 300,000 subscriber special.
Oh, it sounds kind of country.
Well, it's on acoustic, so it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna play that on electric, like real heavy.
Right. Cool. I liked
But
it.
it's as long as a riff. This is a side note. If a riff translates on acoustic and electric, that's how I kind of. Vet.
No, it's.
That's how. Well, that's like my barometer to see if it's a cool riff or not for me.
Oh,
All right, next one.
okay. That one's so pretty. I'm going to say it's yours because I like it so much.
It's mine.
Ah,
I like
got
that one.
it. That's so pretty.
You know where I came up with that?
Seemed like something you would write.
I think I first came up with that little ditty in your parents' basement
Oh, I remember that.
on your dad's like old guitar.
Uh-huh. That's right. I knew that sounded familiar.
Yeah.
I recognized
For
it.
those of you listening, it's a real nice with that open G. It's kind of Blackbird inspired,
Mm-hmm.
but it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Very
so how many you've gotten? 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Try another one.
Someone else.
Yeah, I
That
wish I
sounds
wrote
like,
that.
That sounds like Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's what it reminded me of. But who is
Not
it?
quite.
Is it somebody like completely different?
It is Metallica.
Oh, Metallica. Oh, yeah. That's very Metallica-ish.
That was a song that we're driving home and you started
yeah.
rocking out and you were like, this is the best song I've ever heard in my life.
It was really good.
Which is pretty
I
accurate.
didn't know I liked Metallica. I always thought Metallica was like some.
There is a reason they're one of the biggest bands in
Yeah.
the world.
I always
'cause everybody
imagine
likes
them. Do they scream a lot?
Not really.
See, for some reason, I always pictured Metallica as this like some crazy.
No, James
Screaming.
Hetfield is definitely a singer.
Right. And then now you've introduced me to Metallica, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're really
Excellent.
good.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Okay.
This one might be a little hard.
Why, Georgia? Why? Right?
Is that the artist?
No. That's the song, right? By
That's
John
it.
Mayer.
Why Georgia?
Why, Georgia? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course,
You
I knew
nailed
that
it.
one.
I think I put that one on first as like a primer, but I didn't quite play it.
And you gave it away when you said this is going to be hard to play.
Okay. How about this one? Last one.
The thing is, why I'm confused is because I've heard this a lot. But does that mean it's somebody else or it's you? Because you play your stuff for me a lot, but it's very familiar. I'm going to say someone else.
It's almost both. Listen to it one more time.
Can you play it? So you just took that song and played it?
I could play it.
And and I just heard it. That's so funny. I didn't
Yeah.
recognize it. I was like, that's so familiar. No wonder. That's cool.
Yeah, that was another edition of Can You Play It? I like this segment
Yeah, me
because
too.
it doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing every week, but
Right. And I just like to listen to you play the guitar. So that's
it
nice.
seems like on a guitar podcast there should be a little bit of guitar.
You would think.
Although I don't know what kind of podcast this is. This is just like
What are we
some
doing?
sort of something. Speaking of podcasts, this podcast wouldn't exist without the sponsor of our show, Audio Blocks. And again, I have to stress to you this deal. This is a triple bundle, and essentially you can get access to the libraries, audio blocks, video blocks, and these images. So audio, video, amazing studio quality sounds and videos and high resolution images for all your projects. So if you're a creator, this is exactly what you need. Some of the clips, individual clips, can cost like $40 or $50 each, and you get access to hundreds of thousands, literally, for an entire year with a subscription for just $149. And all you have to do in order to do that is to go to audioblocks.com/musiciswin. That's Audioblocks. audioblocks.com/musiciswin to save on millions of studio quality clips, tracks, and graphics. I pulled out a couple of video clips just, for fun to show you guys.
Oh,
if
this
you're
is new.
Well, yeah, normally I show off a little audio stuff. But again, this is a bundle, so you can do videos as well. I want to show you this here, Bethany. This was from the Video Blocks library.
Puppy. Oh, look at him.
I want that puppy.
And then the next video is a girl playing the guitar.
Yeah. So
She looks like it's not frustrating.
yeah, it's not slow or
It doesn't look
frustrating.
like it's slow or frustrating for her.
She must be using Fusician then, not Musician.
Oh, so cool. They have videos
Yep.
too.
So hundreds of thousands of video and audio clips for those subscriptions. Just head to audioblocks.com/musiciswin for all of the bundled goodness you desire for just $149.
We have some very exciting news.
We do have some exciting news.
So,
What's the news?
Tyler, you leave for Canada.
I'm leaving you all. No, not really.
You're leaving me.
I'll be back
This
soon
is the
enough.
first time I haven't gone with you on a
On a
business trip.
yeah,
What are you going to do without me?
suffer.
It's going to be difficult.
We have to FaceTime 7 times a day, and I'm gonna call you 4 times a day and text you 33 times a
Okay,
day.
I'm not crazy. A text a day will do. Just
Okay.
to tell me that you're alive. So why are you going to Canada?
Okay, so this is actually really exciting, and again, those of you, those true fans watching at this point or listening at this point, who made it this far to the podcast, you're getting a sneak preview of what I'm about to be doing. I'm meeting up with, hold on, let me pull up the list because I don't want to leave anybody out. I'm meeting with a bunch of YouTubers in Canada, in Ontario, the Ontario Institute of Sound Technology. Is that what it is? Let me make sure I got that right.
I think it's the Institute of Crazy YouTubers who...
No, that's not what it is. It is, here we go. Ontario Institute of Audio Recording Technology.
Oh.
And let me tell you who's going to be there. Jared Dines, Stevie T, Glenn Fricker,
Oh my gosh.
Sarah Longfield,
Wow.
Adam Neely,
Great.
and Trey Xavier.
That is just so exciting.
And the gist of it is that we're going to be educating the students there about how to build a career
How old are these students?
on YouTube. I would imagine this is high school, college level.
And you're just going to have a group discussion?
The first day is like panel type thing,
Mm-hmm.
round table discussion, and then after that, we're going to be making videos.
Nice.
I don't know if we're making one giant epic video or if we're all making individual. I think it'll be a mixture of both. But
So it's like a mini GitCon again.
yeah, exactly.
And how many days will you be there?
I'll be there. The event is 2 days. So
Okay.
next Thursday and Friday, I'll be in Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, if you have any Ontarians,
Canadians, eh?
then try to see if you can spot Tyler.
Yeah, I would love to. I don't know how much free time I'll have, but it's going to be really, really fun. I'm excited to meet these people. I just feel like 2017 has been the year.
Have you met any of those YouTubers yet?
Trey? I know Trey.
Oh yeah, Trey was at GitCon.
And let's see who else.
And have you
I've worked. Oh, Glenn. I also know he's actually the one who reached out from Spectre Sound Studios. I've communicated with Jared and Adam.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't met Sarah Longfield. I don't know who that is. Stevie T, I know who that is, but I haven't met him. So it's going to be really fun. And
So exciting.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really pumped about that. And since I'm going to be in Canada, I wanted to talk about some things about Canada that, Bethany, I don't think you know. Did you know?
I probably know. I'm very smart.
I don't. This is an interesting. Okay, tell me if this is true or false then.
Okay.
It's not a good way to start that off, but the Apology Act was passed to make apologies inadmissible in court. And this is a result of Canadians frequently using the word sorry. So it means that any apologies are merely an expression of sympathy or regret and not an admission of guilt. Only in Canada, eh?
They're so nice. I would fit right in because I say sorry a lot.
So it's like if you're on trial for murder and you're like, did you murder that man with the knife? Be like, sorry. Ha! I knew you did it. Like, you can't do that. That's inadmissible.
I see. Well,
I think it's Americans saying the word like.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a natural reflex in our
Right. It's just in their
in our
DNA
lexicon.
to say it randomly. I find I say sorry when it's not even my fault for things. Like when somebody runs into me, so, like in the grocery store or something, I'll be like, oh, sorry. And then I'll be like,
do that
wait
too.
a second. You
That's
ran
because
into me.
we're good people.
Yeah.
We're non-confrontational.
Maybe we should move to Canada.
Well, I'll tell you how it is up there in the Great White North.
Yeah.
Did you know Canadians consume more Kraft macaroni and cheese dinners than any other nation in the world?
No way.
Yep.
They have America beat?
Apparently.
I don't blame them. Kraft mac and cheese is so good.
Well, yeah. I haven't had that. I like the shapes better than the regulars.
The shapes are so good. Remember? When we first met, we would make shapes mac and cheese all the time when we were like 20.
That was always delicious.
That was our go-to.
Did you know Christmas is coming up and there's actually over 2.5 million reindeer in Canada? So that's where Santa goes to recruit his reindeer.
That is shocking. 2.5 million?
Yeah.
So
did you know?
Do you think Santa lives in Canada?
It is the Great White North.
Yeah.
So the North Pole
We've had it all wrong.
Right. I don't know. I mean, probably.
Wow.
I have to go up
Do
there.
Do they treat reindeer as like dogs? Do people have reindeer as pets?
I don't know. They seem a little bit more violent than a domesticated dog.
Reindeer are violent? Are they?
Yeah. Have you ever seen those videos of deer inside getting into a house and just ruining everything?
Oh, like on that show that we used to watch.
I've just seen them on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
One more Canadian fact. There are more donut shops per capita in Canada than any other country in the world. But who's saying that's a bad thing, Bethany?
Kraft mac and cheese and donuts everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were supposed to be like healthier.
I think they just know how to moderate
They just know how to have
their
a good time.
enjoyment. Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to be up there in Canada
Eat a donut.
to prove these facts true or false. And so maybe I'll see a reindeer. Maybe I'll eat a donut covered in mac and cheese.
Maybe we'll eat a donut on a reindeer.
As I sail through the sky. Hello! Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, gosh.
All right, so I have one question for you, Bethany.
What?
Can you comment?
Can you comment? You suck. Can you comment? What kind of strings you using? Can you comment? Bethany's the best. Can you comment?
Well, that was a weird comment.
So we've got a lot of comments today.
Okay. In case you're a new listener or viewer to the show, we try and read some of your YouTube comments each and every week to see what's going on down there in the comments section.
Mm-hmm.
First one comes in from Justin Bell.
You said that in a really southern accent.
Justin Bell. Justin Bell. It's
Why do I think
Justin
that?
Bell.
Why do I think that's so funny? I don't know. I just hit my head on the mic.
Yeah,
Sorry,
every
guys.
time you hit your head on the mic, you know it's a real.
Okay,
real
what does he say?
slapstick. Justin Bell says.
I don't know why I can't stop laughing.
He says,
Ugh.
Chip Shredder is bae. Bell.
Who is?
All right,
who
I'm
is-
overdoing it. Chip Shredder is,
Who is
my.
Chip Shredder? Tell everybody.
He actually did a commercial for me. He did a commercial for me. I hired him for my Black Friday guitar course sale, which it's Monday. You can actually, side note here, you can still sign up for a 80% discount on all
I
my
thought
courses.
it ended Monday.
Well, Cyber Monday. It's through Cyber Monday,
it's
which
through
is
Cyber
today.
Monday. Oh, wow.
So enjoy that while you can. But Chip Shredder was the guy who...
AKA Tyler.
No. He just looks a lot like me. But he has a mullet. Clearly, he's not me.
Mm-hmm.
He was a really enthusiastic actor and just really sold that
and
thing.
told everybody about
Yeah.
this amazing 80% off deal.
Right.
Mhm.
So if you want to...
And he's also bae, so.
Yeah, he's a bae. So before anything else, Chip Shredder. If you want to check out what Chip had to say, go to my YouTube channel and search the ultimate Black Friday commercial, and you'll find it.
Nice.
So
All right.
Thanks for that, Justin Bale.
So,
Conrad Nicholson is next.
mhm.
This is kind of a long one.
Yes, and I wanted to get your reaction on this one because it's just an interesting, different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So
Am I going to read it or you?
I
You
don't
seem
know.
like you're getting ready to read it.
I'll read it.
Okay.
I'm not. It's such a long paragraph.
Maybe I'll read it.
Yeah, thanks.
Joe wasn't calling everyone who uses a pedal lazy. What he was trying to say is that people should learn their instrument first and then start exploring effects. The people he's calling lazy are those who start playing with all sorts of weird effects that make their guitar sound nothing like a guitar instead of learning how to properly play a guitar. He didn't word it very well, but that's what he meant.
So he's obviously talking about the video that you made.
Mhm.
What's the video's name exactly?
It's just like the name of the article
Mhm.
response.
Which is?
I don't remember. Just
Oh.
Joe Bonamassa Music is Win. You'll find it
Yeah.
if you care. But like obviously that's what he meant. But the point is, you can't. There is no way to play a guitar. That's all I was saying.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you took his words out of context or that you misconstrued his meaning?
I think at the end of the day, we're arguing about guitar effects pedals, so it literally means nothing. But no, I didn't take anything out of context. I was just having fun with it. That's
Okay.
pretty much
Is
it.
that all you have to say about that?
Well, so this comment is perfect actually because he says instead of learning how to properly play a guitar, what does properly playing a guitar mean?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Like you properly play the guitar
Do I?
and use a bunch of cool effects.
No, but who is anyone to say what is properly playing the guitar?
Well, I think what he means there is like some people play badly and then use all that stuff to cover it up.
Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily the path to creation, creative enlightenment is not found through shedding on your instrument and getting really proficient and technically good. I don't think that mindset is healthy. So get out of here with that crap. That's what I say.
Tyler's getting a little bit feisty.
Feisty, baby.
Okay, the next one comes from why can't I talk today? The next one comes from England is my city.
Oh, who said that?
Huh?
Didn't some celebrity say England is my city and they're a moron because England is a country?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody
was
said
wondering. Oh, okay, so he's making fun of him.
Right.
Okay. So England is my city says this channel used to be good. ... And it still is.
Yay! A comment that didn't end in hatred.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was funny.
Because, you have a lot of people that
think my channel's not good anymore. Well,
anymore. I know, it's like
the funny thing about YouTube and people, first of all, anybody who comments something like that, just get a life. Second of all, it's usually a knee-jerk reaction like, oh, I don't like this. This channel used to be good. Mm-hmm. It's like, come on, just give it, just like, breathe. Maybe like think and breathe and go, empty your diaper out first and then come back to see if you want to write that comment.
Well, yeah, and it's like not every video is going to touch.
Oh, I want all my videos to touch
people, every time.
Right. People didn't come subscribe for certain things.
Right.
But if you get what I do on Music is Win, then you'll understand that you never know what you're going to get from day to day. But that's what makes it fun for me also as a creator to just make whatever I want. And if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Right. Not everybody's going to like every single video. And it's just funny when people comment like, I'm leaving you.
Yeah. My go-to is you'll be back.
Yeah.
They all come back.
But England is my city guy.
Yeah. He's
cool.
great supporter.
Like
Again, this is in no way reflection of, those haters. Those are few and far between.
They are.
I think
Let's talk about how much we love your followers.
Oh, and here we go again.
Here we go. We
really like you guys.
You're
okay.
So great.
Especially those of you listening or watching right now because you went through almost an hour of banter to get here. You're just great.
Speaking of sliding into your DMs, well, we weren't
speaking of that at all. Speaking of things we talked about way a long time ago.
Anyways, I'm really getting myself on that one.
Okay.
As we were reading through your and my DMs, there's just so many positive
millions of them, it seems.
Yeah, of you inspired me to start playing guitar.
And we're trying to get back to everybody.
It's amazing.
By the way.
Yeah.
So feel free to keep sending messages in Facebook and Instagram. I'm doing my best to, with Bethany's help, try and answer you all in a timely fashion because I'm just one person now.
You are. Are you sure you're not? I don't think I could handle more than one of you.
That would be too much man for you, baby. Okay, with that, it's been a great episode. Double digits, episode 10 weeks. Can you believe that?
Wow, that's crazy.
And going strong.
We're getting pretty good at this.
I would say so. Where can people find you on the social media, Bethany?
On Instagram, I am Bethany Lars. On Twitter, I am BethLars07.
Very, very good. Also, make sure to sign up for Fretboard Friday. My email list goes out every Friday.
Special holiday deals coming up, too. So
well, not deals,
sign up.
Giveaways.
Oh, giveaways. That's right.
So you can win stuff. And as I mentioned last week's episode, Guitar Super System Level 3 is in the works. You'll be the first to find out if you're subscribed. It's free to subscribe. Just go to musiciswin.com and you can sign up for Fretboard Friday. All the links mentioned in this podcast, of course, will be linked down in the description in the show notes. And I'm going to go to Canada now. There actually is going to be a Q&A podcast out later on this week. So leave some questions if you have any. Probably should have mentioned that at the top of the show, but what are you going to do? Bethany,
There's always questions. So
I'll see you as soon as I stop recording this podcast, and then we'll continue to live on together.
that sounds good.
But until then, keep shredding.
Is this John Mayer?
This is me.
Oh.
I mean, pretty much the same thing.